started a few minutes late tonight. I sat down at my station and one of my USB cables I think is busted, but we're doing song night 42. This is the place where we just make music and talk. We've already started talking inside the chat a little bit. Hey Michael, how's it going? I have not used Fishman Triple Play Connect. But I'm curious now because you're saying it's not great. Anyway, what we're doing tonight, besides chatting, is actually working on, we're going to start a new song in commemoration of a new school year. I'm a professor at the University of Colorado, Denver, and we started last week, and I'm going to be doing some stuff this week, and then I think I will be off out of commission for a week or two, and then back at it. So hopefully we'll do some fun stuff tonight in Logic. We're going to be doing pretty much, well, let me just make sure everyone knows we're on Logic 11.0.1. We've been about 2 months since that point upgrade. I'm hoping we'll be having a video in the next week or two to look at whatever upgrade comes next, because we're about due for something. Without knowing what it is, I'm excited to see if they start working on the chord track or some of the session musicians or whatever it may be. I'm super excited to learn about it. Because it feels like they, released 11 and now we're sitting waiting for whatever's next. And I'm hoping that whatever that'll be will be pretty cool. And Michael says session drummer can be improved. I think they can all be improved. I mean, that's the beauty of the way Apple does this with Logic, with incremental updates. In many ways, we're all testing the releases and they're putting out. I don't know how software design works at that level, but they're putting out enough that we can try out the new features, and then there's always room for improvement. When the drummer first came out, there was it wasn't nearly what it is now, and now we have other session musicians. So I think it's pretty cool the way that we're going to be able to see what's next as it comes out. Plastodon, how you doing? We're going to start, I'm feeling kind of like a more traditional type song tonight in some ways. We'll do an intro, and it's like, I'm not sure exactly how much of a verse, but we'll probably end up doing more than what I have there. Okay, link those together. I feel like we're going to do a longer verse tonight for some reason. And if we get to the chorus, it'll be a miracle. That's how we're feeling. But we'll get that ready. So, of course, I mean, since we started talking about those players, one of the things I loved when I first discovered it and use it pretty much anytime I start a song, using the arrangement tracks, those arrangement markers first, before I add the drummer track, still gives us a drum part of some sort. And we can choose which one we want. This is one of the areas that eventually I would love to get more of. I'd love to get twice as many drum styles. So we have all the acoustic drummers, we have the electronic drummers, and some percussionists. But I would love to see twice as many things. I mean, there's twice as many musical genres. I mean, this is not the entirety of music. Sometimes I think they lead us to believe that maybe it is, but it's not. I don't know what we're going to do tonight. I don't know if I'm feeling upbeat or slower. Let's do a little retro rock, though. I haven't done too much with retro. Yeah, let's do that. Gives us a pattern. Let's see what the intro sounds like. And let's stick this to just the intro for a minute. Man, I must have hit something at some point. Let's reload that in real quick. Initialize. Yeah. Although, let's turn up the volume a little bit and the bass down. And let's push the gain just a hair. And I'll go type 1. Okay. Just some basic chords. And that's a little bit... I think that's a little louder than I want to go. Okay, we'll go back down just a hair. Okay. That the drums are so important, and that's one of the reasons I like the drummer track and hate it, because it's determining what we're doing, right? But I like having the feel instead of a click track. And Placidon in the comments just said post rock, post metal, doom, metalcore. I mean, yes, there are so many things. I like that. We're going to go with it. Probably get in the habit of labeling things before I do them, but you know, why start now? Although, there we go. Let's see, and I need to figure out what's happening with my CS12 because it wasn't booting up. It's like, I didn't leave the station alone for that long. Oof. But let's see. So CS12 right here. It's just giving me the load screen right now. That means something is wonky with it. I may have to do a restart. That's kind of what the gremlins snuck in today and messed up some stuff. So, oof. We'll just pretend like it's all working fine. And do we want to do one of the bass instruments? I don't know, maybe. Studio bass. Let's turn off the keys. There we go. Let's try that. Maybe that's not the right sound. Yeah, I wish that was working. wish I played the right note. Yeah, that last note, never going to work it down an octave. And already, we're just going to turn on the groove track. I think these both have to be grooved. And let's see. I'm always tempted now to use some of the new Reason stuff. They have a stereo spread, which is so good. But we're going to do everything inside Logic tonight, all stock. So we'll use the crappy stereo spreader in Logic. So I hear like a rhythmic thing in my brain. Let's do some sort of synthy thing. And I feel like maybe something sculpture is a start, but I'm going to mangle the crap out of it. So we'll start with like an airy thing and then do... and maybe even mangle it further, but that'll start. Maybe I want to do a little fat effects on that just to... What do we have on the fat effects that I wanted? Anything? Maybe not with this. Okay, we'll leave that off for now. That rhythm thing is off. Let me try a different patch. Oh, maybe that one. Oh, that's close. Let's try that. Nope. Man. I might have to actually use a cool trick where we do... Oh, maybe not. Because that's audio effect. Ugh, that may make it a little trickier, but we can maybe groove track that as well. Let me try this. So what we can do, I think, let me try this. Let's do a bounce in place. New track, mute, and then we'll groove track that one. Yeah, that's not really working for me either. Oof. So there's like a swing feel to the drums and the other things, and the synth doesn't have that. I wonder. Let's swing it here. Okay, so that's a little better. Yeah, I don't know. There's some issues for sure. I'm not sure. Let's see if that's going to work here. Let's put that and the keys. I'm setting reverb levels before I even got the reverb. Right? Mind blown. Chromaverb. I'm really into the vocal plate right now, as long as we don't have too much of the lows. Okay. I'm losing using that a little bit, but I think we're going to move on for the moment. So we're doing this D, C, F. We can go a little bit like gospel in there too if we want. Man, I wonder if I recycle the CS12 if it'll come online. Ooh, says it's doing startup. Maybe. No. I think I'm going to have to reboot. That's a bummer. I'll give it one more minute. Okay, so section 2. Let's just do half of it. We'll cheat half of it and then repeat. See. Feels like going back to F, but I don't want it to. Something like that. Let's try it. In principle, I like it. It may be worth it. It may be worth doing that one more time a little bit better and then actually writing out the chords. The chords are pretty simple, so we could add them to the chord track and have the bass player actually session player that for us. Because I think my bass parts are going to be pretty uninspiring. Go to the F though. The D minor's not working. I can't play it. try. Ugh. So I'm just going to do that as a passing tone on the bass and leave the right hand going. I blew that at the end too. Let's try it. Actually, I think we can do that, the bass part, maybe. Simple. Maybe. Something high there. Something like that at the top part. You're gonna hear me playing a lot of bass tonight. Hitting that top note wrong. We'll do a different counter melody part, but I'm just going to sprinkle that sound in so we get a little continuity. That sound is kind of dumb. We're going to go with it. That's what we do. let's find a something. Actually, you know what we should do? Song night 42 hasn't completely sucked. So we got to save it. I don't save it until we get past the first laying of the parts. Oh man. We need something from alchemy. No, we need something from sculpture. I'm going to go back to sculpture. Feeling like a sculpture kind of day. Bowed instruments. Mod wheel. What's the mod wheel doing in this one? Oh, I see. Not much. We're going to do that one at the right level. The keys part, I want to put on a velocity processor just to control some of the stuff I was playing kind of loud. And that sounds a lot like a clarinet in that context. So let's do a little bit of let's see if Chroma Glow can't put something into it. Squeeze, maybe? Yeah, that's a little bit better. So I don't know what part that's going to be, but I think I want it to be like a counter melody when we get the vocal or a vocal part in there. It's really, that rich distortion is kind of cool. We're just going to put like a real basic part in for a minute. And Michael's asking if I play guitar. I play like 6 chords, so I don't play guitar. Okay, we're just going to leave that sound until There's a vocal if there is one. I don't know. That might never even make anything. To split voicing. If I can just remember the chords. Maybe. It's kind of hokey. Whoa. Man, it's letting me go all the way down. A little too loud still. Man. Wish I played horns too. Ugh, hate that thing. Can't decide. I think it's kind of garbagey. And I played it a bar too short. Did I? I'll just let it sustain. Looks like I have to write in modulation. Wow, when I put on the I hate everything about that. Okay. Ugh. I wish the brass sounds in Logic were better. I could come up with more like a horn section, like a classical Hollywood style one using an outside party thing. They wouldn't be able to do any of the hits. But I might be able to come up with let's see, 2 trombones. I don't think this is going to sound great either. Round robin, let's do that. So this is third party stuff. I know I said I wasn't going to. Oh, that was loud for me too. That's not going to work at all, I can tell. Electric Light Orchestra, here we come. Maybe let's do settings, recording. What am I doing for my recording right now? Cycle on for MIDI. Cycle off is merge. Okay, I'm going to merge something. That should be the right thing. Okay, cool. if that's... Let's take the whole volume down, though. So that brass section uses the mod wheel. At least the one patch I chose uses the mod wheel. So then I recorded a second pass just moving the mod wheel and had to do a MIDI merge, so they all ended up in one region. Kind of a cool, I don't know, kind of a cool way to work, I guess. Oof. I might change everything about that feel. Let me see it for a second. A little bit of a swing. I think the default swing from, I mean, maybe it's authentic to what they were going for, but I like it with a little less. It was rough, riding a little hard there. See if that's better. Take all the fills out for now. I don't want any fills. Sorry, Phil. Does that go? It doesn't go down. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh. Oh. JMO 112. I did. As I said at the beginning of the summer, I was going to take the summer and goof around with other workstations. I didn't make videos about all of the workstations because, and I think at some point this fall I'll make a video like a summarizing the whole thing, but I missed Logic. I missed some of the main features that I could do in there. Reason really set off on the wrong foot. Because when I was using Reason, it was stinking hard to get stuff done in there. Partly because I haven't used it in a long time and I know Logic better, but also because some of the stuff in Reason is just stinking hard to use. In Pro Tools, I've used endlessly because I teach it on campus, so I didn't need to try that one. I went and tried Studio One, which I thought was the most promising. And it is. It's. I mean, I've had a version of Studio One for many years, and they're really trying to compete with Logic right now. But the instruments in Logic are way better. And FL Studio is really aimed at a different type of music than I produce. And I bought Reaper at the beginning of the summer, and it has none of the instruments that I like, although it has a lot of power and flexibility. And I don't know. I almost bought a license of Cubase, but I didn't get that far. I came back, and so it's there's probably a video in there to be made at some point, but what I've discovered is people don't want to hear about the journey you're taking when you're trying other software. Nobody cares, it turns out. And so I made the journey more on my own to see if I would leave it. And my song nights, at least. It's like if I'm trying to write a crappy song like I'm doing tonight, then I think Logic is going to be the best way to do it. So behind the scenes, you'll notice my summer video output was very little while I was exploring and doing things. And then we're ramping up a couple new series with Logic Learning this fall. I want to do, finally, I want to actually join the foray of making some of the fundamental videos, like how each of the components work. There's a number of people who've made really good videos about it, but I think I have a new twist on it that means something to me, and so I hope it means something to other people as well, but, we'll see how it goes. These song nights, by the way, are not huge streaming song videos. It may be lucky if they get a couple hundred views, and I'm on song night number 42, which means I'm fully aware of that. And so on one side, this becomes me just making videos for myself and helping me, flounder creatively, maybe finding some things that work. Over the past 42 song nights, I definitely have found a few things that I've started pulling into actual songs. This one tonight is not going to be one of them. It's just like I'm hidden. I like the chords. I like the chords quite a bit, but that drum beat. It's like I like the chords quite a bit, but it isn't. Not everyone. It's like this is the thing. I'm kind of I love YouTube, and I think there's a place for really polished content, and YouTube likes it when we do those kind of things. But there's not many people who are like pulling up Logic and creating in real time on YouTube. There's not a lot of live streamers doing Logic Pro. And so that's the niche. It's like my lifelong dream would be to do more and have a bigger audience and more interaction. But there's a risk with it because when I pull up in a blank project, I don't have anything prepared. I mean, I literally come at it and just say, you know what? I'm going to start from scratch. I've got nothing. And so sometimes the songs turn out okay, and other times they don't. And so it's like I've got to be willing to take some of those things. And I hope people realize when they hear that, they don't think, oh my gosh, that's horrible. I mean, I would love for anybody who says one of my song night songs are horrible to get on and start with a blank slate 42 times. It's like not throwing shade at anybody, but it's just like one of those things. You find out that 42 times in a row, some things works and some things don't. And who cares, right? It's like, who cares? And so It's like, I want to change the drummer. I hate that drummer. Because I think for me, the drums set so much of the creative tone. And I'm ready. I'm ready for Logic to give us some more of those things. I'm curious if this even sounds good. Hold on. Let's see. Having shaker on there. No shaker, thank you. Oh man, I'd have to rewrite the whole song. And that's okay. I think we'd have to redo this song anyway, just because I'm not happy with that feel. That that swing feel in the rock, early retro rock, not my jam, I don't think. I've just realized it's not my jam. Thanks, Michael, for your comments. And then JMO112 says, I like your take on the session players AI being used for digging in and programming, but I wonder if Apple needs to make it simpler. And technically, as far as I can tell, when they say AI, they're not talking about artificial intelligence now. Every time they say AI, they're talking about Apple intelligence, which is different. So, and I love the session players. There's only a few things that I need from the session players to use them on a regular basis. One of them is if I'm playing this key part at the top, I want to be able to drag that up to the chord track and have it automatically analyze and place those chords for use with the session players. You can do that in Studio One. I mean, that's one of the reasons I thought Studio One may be onto something. They just didn't. Studio One doesn't have the next level with the session players that can do what these ones can do. So they don't have a drummer that can react with the drummer track, that can react with the other instruments. It's like once you can drag your MIDI up or have it auto-analyze it, then it's going to be magic. I mean, it's going to be so magical to be able to play a chord progression and have all the other instruments follow it. First of all, JMO, the ones who are using the chord track and the session players at the most basic of level are going to sound the same, for sure. Because they're not really using it in the nuanced way. For those who are using it in the way that I think the designers intended it, I don't know the designers, but I can't speak for them, but I can imagine what they're thinking based on what's here and the depth that's there. What they're thinking is, we're going to give some tools to some people who understand music, and if they use them in a way, they'll never sound like anybody else but themselves. And that's my experience. When I use them with my chords in my way, it sounds like me. It doesn't sound like everybody else. But if you're just using it at the bare minimum, then yeah, you're going to sound like everybody else. But that's the same with anything. If you use the same chords as a major band and same instrumentation, you're going to sound just like them. So I think that's the risk. And so, Michael, I think you do have to cut things up and use them in different ways. Man, getting some messages saying, be done with your stream. Okay. I'm going to be done with the stream. Thanks for those of you who are watching and talking. And JMO112, so one last story that kind of talks about that. It's like I was sitting in a movie theater one time in Los Alamos, New Mexico, far away from where I live. And they had like a little community. It's like a community movie theater, a couple screens. But the stuff before the movie started was all made for local businesses. And it's like I recognized every single one. They must have been made all by the same company. They must have been really entrepreneurial and went around to all the businesses in this small town and said, hey, we'd love to put an ad for you before the movie starts, pay us for it. But every single one of them had like these little jingles and music beds, and they were all Apple loops. It's like I could hear every single one of them was made like in GarageBand. That's the risk, right? You use something that's made by Apple, and it's doing it for you. It's going to sound like other people across the entire world. And so, on that note, I think we're going to end the stream. Thanks for watching. Oof, not the best song, but hey, you don't get to the best song unless you make a bunch of ones that sometimes aren't so great, I guess. That's how it was tonight. If you're still watching, you should probably be using Logic and making your own stuff instead of wasting your time on here. I'm just kidding. Always come back. Peace.